Pastor Matthew Stuckey here, and in this video I want to explain to you Exodus chapter 1 verses 15 through 21. Now I'm not going to read all the verses for sake of time, but this is the story where Pharaoh told the midwives to kill any sons of the Hebrews that were born. Killing newborn infants would be known as infanticide, killing infants, but more specifically it's actually neonaticide if you kill them within the age of 1 month. The most common countries where this occurs are India and China. China, as a result of their one-child policy, resulted in skyrocketing of neonaticide. And in India, there's actually a lot of murder that takes place to young girls that are born. But here, it's actually the murder not of girls, but of boys. And I want you to read to you, though, verses 19 and 20 and make an application. It says in verse 19, "And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively and are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them. Therefore God dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty." Pharaoh's asking, why didn't you kill the male sons? And they said, well, the women are lively. They gave birth before we expected it. And what they're doing is they're flat out lying to Pharaoh. But yet verse 20 says that God dealt well with them, and he actually blesses them for lying. Now that can be confusing because, wait a minute, didn't they sin by telling a lie? But actually, even though lying for the vast majority of the time is a sin, lying is not actually a sin. There are exceptions to this. Here's an example where God deals well when they tell a lie. Why? They lied in order to protect the life of those young Hebrew children. Another example is Rahab, who actually lied to protect the spies. And we go to the New Testament in James chapter 2, the Bible is blessing her for the works that she did, and it said that she did a good thing. So once again, lying to protect someone's life is actually not a sin, the Bible says, okay? So, you know, examples of this where this might actually take place is if you live in a communist country, a totalitarian government, where they're not letting you go to church, they're not letting you read the Bible, they're not letting you go soul winning. And if you lived in one of those countries and, you know, you were going to go to church and they asked you, where are you going? I don't personally believe that it would be a sin to lie to them in order to still be able to serve God. Yes, it would lead to a lot of gray area situations, but I'm thankful I live in a country where I don't have to lie. In fact, what the Bible says about people in leadership is that we should pray that we can live in all godliness and honesty. And the idea behind honesty is the fact that if you're living in a really sinful country, you might be forced to lie in order to go about your life and serve God. And the thing is, even though it might not be a sin, I don't want to have to be dishonest. I want to be able to live a godly life and be not ashamed of it, not embarrassed about it. I don't want to have to lie and say, well, no, I didn't go to church, I didn't go soul winning. I want to just be able to be honest. And so what you're seeing from the story is lying is not always a sin. Anyways, thank you and God bless.